Hello guys, glad to have you on board again today. We'll try to make a real quick one today as I've been taking care of the French users for an extended amount of time. We've got a tricky session today on the stock markets, trying to rebound after breaking support, so we're now testing back those technical levels. It's kind of a big mess out there. The market itself doesn't know where to go. We're kind of trying to save things up for the end of that year. The US is there. Yesterday's been kind of another buy the dip situation, or save the dip, as I said. Nobody wants to sell. Nobody wants a carnage before a Christmas break and the end of that year. So we're kind of trying to save that dip to probably fuck this one early 2019. In the cryptocurrency is kind of the same freaking mess out there. The momentum's just dying in here. We're kind of lateralizing without any interest in prices, just waiting for something to freaking happen, and nothing is. So we've got range breakdowns, no trend breakdowns in here. We've already been trending, which means generally the final breakouts we have are the one that gives you the targets to buy. So I would say if we go in here, that's a buy signal to me. If of course we've got a buy signal, and first of all we have to get there, which we probably don't. So what we have in here is just a non-event. I've seen people saying, okay, we're breaking the triangle by the downside, and immediately targeting the next level, so we're going to go there and do this and do this. I mean, I thought I've been clear with that. Just fuck those guys. Those who are doing this are probably just noobs, so let them build triangles, let them build anything they want. This market is just waiting for something to happen, and is waiting for something big to happen. So obviously, as long as this doesn't show up, we may try to go even lower. It's a possibility. But I would suggest you do just one thing, and this is what I've been doing. Forget about putting alerts into prices, because we really don't give a shit about that, because you're going to be triggering alerts each and every time. The market will try to do this. I mean, it will try to reach out to prices area to trigger stupid trades. So if you do make those stupid trades, you're probably going to be someone else's dumb, and you don't want to be that. So patiently waiting and putting alerts where it makes sense. So I would suggest putting alerts in here with our candle closes, which means if we make new lows with candle closing below those lows, then there you've got something that worth the look. Until then, this is just pure fucking noise, and everybody who's taking care of this is just going to take a stupid decision. So let it go, watch out for this, and I mean, you know that market is stupid, really, do you? So we've got first trend line in here broken up, so it can't just be a freaking ABC inside a triangle, and we're just making C wave. Alright, so we're still on top of the previous wave, so even if we've broken through that trend line, doesn't mean anything. We could just be there 2 waves from now and be 100% higher in 2 days from now. So there's no point being a seller in here. We're trading extreme prices all along the clusters. So if you're using those signals to trigger selling entries, you really don't get the point of those indicators. We're extremely oversold. Whoever the fuck priced a selling button out there is just crazy damn. Because you don't want to do that. You don't want to be the guy who sells to someone who wants to buy for long run, because whenever this game will reverse, you won't be able to get the fuck out. Or you will have to do this with a very huge slippage or anything like that. Because, and I stand on this, the problem is when it go short squeezing means no one will freaking sell. So if you're trying to sell yourself out of this, to buy yourself out because you've been selling, be aware that no one will be there to sell you that Bitcoin or that Ethereum or whoever the fuck you've been trading. So be aware that if you put a stop loss in here, you're probably going to be executed there. So take that in consideration, because in those areas we know how the price behave. We've been talking about that. We've had the example on a daytime a few days ago on the Ethereum Euro. When things turn nasty, huge slippage is expected. So if you're thinking that you're safe because you've been putting a stop loss, let me tell you that you won't be. So final advice in here, either you do nothing and you wait, but please you don't sell. That's not an option in here. If you do that, don't come cry to me if you just got fucked up, and moreover if you've been selling with leverage, which is the worst case scenario to do in here in a long-term support with a market maker who has more bearish demand right now than the bullish demand, and things haven't been changing since then. So we're still having more demand to higher prices than the lower ones. So it's something has been changing. Previously, yes, we were heading downward with the Ethereum because we had more buying demand at lower prices than the selling demand, which is no longer the case. So something has changed. Don't think that you're going to be able to use the previous trading scenario, trading things you've been using back then all over again, because when the context is different, you have to adjust. Now regarding the stock market itself, it's unable to read anything out of there. We're now gapping up after gapping down, so it's kind of playing dumb to whoever's ready to trade that market. So I would suggest, yes, bullish breakout. We've got a target in here, so I'm going to tell you about that pretty soon. It's just the update I'm working on, but it's pretty far from being ready to release. But anyway, consider this as a range breakout, and we're probably going to trade maximum there. So if we ever get there by the with the SPX, it's going to be a sell signal, because in ranges you always sell the targets. So I would say very narrow kind of price rising expectation today, as we're probably going to have to stop in that area and find some bearish entries upon signal only, but we're already overbought, which means if we get there, we're probably going to have some sellers. So it's pretty damn hard to figure out what the fuck is going to happen in here. It's just like the market in a technical perspective is dead. It's a dead man walking who is trying to stand up by knocking on each wall. So it's kind of we're going to left, to right, to left, to right, to left, to right, and consider this up and down in terms of market. So we don't really know where to go. We're just crashing ourselves into every boundary we're reaching out to. So don't try to think, I think in that perspective, it's totally unable to use my strategy, because my strategy is taking care of technicals, which is absolutely not what we're doing right now. Quite the opposite. We're trying to fuck up technicals. So I would suggest you just take your mind, put it elsewhere, or do anything else than trading right now, because you don't have an edge. You don't have a statistical advantage trading that market. It's just for dumbs who want to press buttons. So I would suggest if you're having weekly chart scenarios ongoing, you just let them go, because I don't think that short-term inactivity is going to impact in any way. But I would suggest anything you do trading intraday or anything like that, it's just going to be a big mess. So don't take care of this. Don't even watch those prices. It's like trading cash machines at the casino. You don't really give a shit about that. You've got all those flashy lights and glitters, but you really want to pass on those things. So I would say, okay, what I'm having in front of me right now is just like that. It's a cashing machine making a lot of noise, a lot of lights here and there, but it's not my job. Okay, my job is to go at the blackjack table or at the poker table, but what I see in here is really nothing close to the usual standard jobs I'm doing in here, so I'll just let it go. I think that's all I can tell. It doesn't really matter. I've been trying today, I've been trying to buy at lower prices, didn't got filled on the German index, so I try to catch the bottom today, but I tried to buy, but I was just waiting for 10 pips below, or even 5 pips. Didn't got filled, so I just let it go. The market just ran for a stupid buying move. I tried to catch up on that bearish signal in here, 15 minute, got stop lost a few minutes later. So it's kind of the market is just knocking out whoever the fuck gets in. So you have no edge trading that kind of market. So really just don't trade. If you think that there is something to do each and every minute, you're probably going to be proven wrong during those few days, because this is exactly the opposite that you should do. Getting the fuck out, enjoying life is going to be way more productive than getting into the stock market. So anyway, I'm going to try keeping maintaining those daily updates. But I have to be honest with you guys, I really have nothing to give you, nothing viable and reliable to give you, nothing that has value, simply because I myself don't even know what the fuck is happening right here. And I think I could just talk for talking. I'm probably going to do this and just going to make a weekly overview day by day of what the market is doing. But just right now, it does nothing I care about. So I'm just letting it go with the weekly chart scenarios, still trying to find and catching a bearish reversal on the dollar, waiting for, sorry about that, AUDNZD to finally fucking validating somehow a reverse or anything like that, which it still doesn't. Trying to catch a bottom on the euro dollar and GBP dollar, but we still keep on having bearish news. So it's kind of a mess. US always doing great after doing bad yesterday. So it's kind of one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down. So play the weekly scenarios, and I stand on them. To me, I still have US oil, gold bullish, gold and silver couple, still having the cryptocurrencies bullish. I'm still having the 10-year yields bullish, so I'm selling the bunds. I'm still having few trades on the stock market, but really I'm just going to take profit on them as long as they'll turn some gains, because it's basically the longer you stay in, the most dangerous your trade will be. It's just get in, get out as ASAP, and don't give a single chance for the market maker to fuck you up. And that's the only advice I could tell. I'm still trading bearish on yen, bullish on the yen pairs. Still, once again in here, I'm just waiting for something to freaking happen. But it's like the market wants to die like a zombie until the 1st of January. And I think 1st of January things will start to get in motion again. But at that stage, it's like, okay, market makers wants it to die, and no matter what you think, it's just going to do the opposite. So don't trade technicals. That's going to be my final advice. I'm still having long-term trades on General Electrics as well. Still having the speculative trade as well. So this one might be a good one today. Let's just having a look at this one. Yes, we're freaking bullish gapping today. Let's hope that we're finally going to be able to break a previous day high. It's going to be finally the freaking bullish signal to buy. We've been profit taking, making the divergence excessive market. So I'm waiting for the dip to build itself. Yes, we're freaking signaling sine wave as well today. So kind of being a blue flag in here to possibly finally find the goddamn bullish reactivation I'm waiting for. So it's still pending. I have nothing to actually trade right now, but we're finally having a bullish gap. It's been quite some time we didn't see this in General Electric. So we'll see what the hell today's close will look like. If it's finally positive, you may expect some pretty damn huge moves in General Electric as well. So don't be surprised if you see a 5 to 10% day. It's just what I'm looking forward for the bears to be out. And if we can hold on to that bullish gap first, it's going to be a good sign. And I would like the market to break previous day highs after that. We've done that. So yes, we've been breaking slightly previous day highs. Now I would like to see a candle closing above that. So let's wait for this. I'm going to put in an alert. If we do manage to make the damn candle close on top of previous day highs today, so it's going to be, god damn it, I hate those new alerts. TradingView is doing some shit right now. So it's going to be crossing, yes, I want this to be terminating by tomorrow. So it's going to be today, and I want it to be at the candle closer. And god damn it, can't we do that? Shitheads. So, alright, let's do it a different way. Let's do it usually. Let's do it standard way. So we're going to do this. Alright, candle closing is available with dim. So I want it at bar close till tomorrow. And no, yes, SMS. Alright, GE validating, bullish, engulfing. The only thing is that if this news gets to be validated by today's candle close, then what I'll be doing is I'll be placing the stop loss below that low. For my speculative trade, which for now still remains speculative, so no stop losses, and I'm waiting for the market to validate the dip, which could be at play today. So that's it. Bye guys, be really cautious, just let go with the long-term trends, don't be overexposed to them. I mean, we're still without leverage in every scenario I've been talking to you about. selling the dollar, buying the yen, buying the euro, still remains highly speculative at that point and very dangerously playing at the end of that year. So I suggest you remain cautiously leveraged in here, really patient. Those scenarios are going to play for a few months, so don't give a shit about what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis unless you break through strong levels like we've done with the GBP USD. Yes, we've been breaking strong levels, but I don't see this like a carnage. I still thinking we're trying to trigger some stop losses as well, but I don't think we're going to nearly even reaching out to that target. So I would suggest we're just patiently waiting for this market to blow off what it's been breaking through. So I would say, as long as we don't go there for a buying breakout signal, I'm just waiting for this. I don't want to sell GBP USD. So to set things straight, we've got bearish breakdowns. So I've been lowering my leverage, taking partial losses as well in here. It's part of the game, reducing the exposition I had. But obviously, if we tend to reverse that freaking breakout, I'll be the first one to buy as well. So it's just, now the market is kind of wrong-footing me, so I'm no stupid god. So the market proves me wrong. I narrow the leverage. That's simple as that. Narrow the position sizing. But if the market invalidates the invalidation, I'm obviously doubling down to the upside. Simple as that. So as long as it remains, as it stays like that, bearish pressure on GBP as the Brexit falls apart, or looks like falling apart, you can be damn sure that if something good happens for the Brexit, you're going to be reversing all this in a straight line. So I would suggest you don't follow those bearish moves because they really seem kind of trendy to me, as the trend remains bullish in here and that the target still remains in the long run to get ourselves in here at 1.50 approximately. So I would suggest, yes, have a look at this, how tiny it is regarding the overall scenario. I'm just waiting for the damn market to validate the early signals of this trend to be ready to actually play its game, which for now we're not. We're searching for better prices to play this game, but I see nothing that worries me in here in that specific time frame. All right. So bye guys, see you tomorrow. If I've got something to tell you about, if nothing has changed by tomorrow, I'll probably just cancel the show or make some educational content instead, just to stop wasting my time and yours as well. Bye bye.